Then we drove to Mount Carmel and climbed through its wooded slopes to the town, past a number of caves. At Daliat el Carmel, we visited the old Druze village and were entertained to a delicious lunch with all kinds of tasty dishes eaten with pita bread cooked over an open stove. We learnt from our young guide about the Druze people, but he was not very knowledgeable about the Druze religious beliefs. Only 2% of Druze are religious, and they have only 5 choices during their life as to whether they want to become religious or not. They are an Arabic people who number about 100,000, living in Israel, Lebanon and Syria. He told us they believe in reincarnation as human beings with 73 lives altogether, and at the end, if your good deeds are more than 50%, you go to heaven. They have one wife, but cannot marry outside of their sect, and they have to abstain from smoking, pork and alcohol. They have always been friends of the Jews, and even today they are extremely loyal soldiers in the Israeli Defense Force. During the War of Independence in 1948, the Druze came to David Ben-Gurion and asked to be allowed to fight on the side of Israel. The Mount of Carmel is clad with forest, making it a symbol of beauty, hence the many references to Carmel in the Song of Solomon and elsewhere in the scriptures. As we descended to the plains, we could look up to the summit of Carmel, the high place where Elijah put to shame the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of Asherah in the days of Ahab. Then we drove through the valley of Jezreel, where Elijah outran Ahab's chariot in 1 Kings 18, and on to Megiddo, one of the 31 cities of Canaan that Joshua conquered. The hill of Megiddo, Har Megiddon, gives its name to the broad valley stretching as far as the eye could see, and is the valley of Armageddon, where the last battle will take place, and the world and Israel will be liberated from the rule of the Antichrist. The coach then drove through Nazareth and stopped at the viewpoint on the mountain of precipitation, where the congregation from the synagogue wanted to throw Jesus over the cliff. From there, we looked over to Mount Gilboa, where Saul's army was defeated by the Philistines. Then the coach continued to Tiberias, on the shore of the Sea of Galilee. It is now a thriving city and the burial place of two famous rabbis, Akiva and later Maimonides. The town extends over a vertical distance of 400 metres from the sides of Lake Kinneret, 200 metres below sea level, to the top of the hills, 200 metres above sea level. Here we disembarked for the next 2 nights at the Guy Beach Hotel, which was again a top quality hotel with the most delicious Israeli food at every meal.